It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma.
All right, and welcome to another lovely Minute Microscopy. I'm Erik Rosenblatt, and did I say lovely? Well, this is going to be more of a rant than a love letter. And what will be the target of my disaffection? The bullshit that is USB. Don't get me wrong, USB is a huge improvement over past communication cable designs. Since I'm as old as the stars, I remember having to fiddle around with RS-232 cables, parallel, PS2, and all manner of bespoke types of cabling specific to one singular device. Most of the time, if you lost or damaged the cable, that was it. Maybe you could find a replacement if you were lucky. eBay did help with that eventually, but still the whole thing was a shit show. Phones suffered the same fate, as every manufacturer typically had their own design unique to their brand and sometimes a specific phone. I actually still have a box full of random cables for devices that haven't been sold in over 20 years. I guess once you run into the headache of not having the right cable, it's easy to become obsessed with keeping every last one that you can find. Kids today don't know how good they have it. So enter the development of the Universal Serial Bus, or USB for short. The idea is that it would be one cable to rule them all, a do anything interface that would finally eliminate all of our woes. You know, like Windows 10 being the last Windows you'll ever need. I recall there was talk of even including drivers within the device itself, so you'd never have to use a CD or download anything to get your electronic gadget working. That was a nice idea, but as far as I know, that never happened. One of the key features of USB is that you wouldn't need a myriad of different ports. You just need as many USB ports as you had devices that you wanted to hook up. I guess in some ways we've seen that actually come to fruition. But a major gripe I have is that it all keeps changing. Yeah, for the most part, the A end of the cable remains the same. That's the larger rectangular plug. But the other end, yeah, it's been all over the place, like your mom. Initially, there was the A-B cable with the aforementioned A side on one end and a more squarish B end. But as devices got smaller, more and more versions cropped up. There's the mini USB, the micro USB, all those weird things that various cameras use, and more. I think I at least have probably about 10 different B end cables for cameras. The stupid thing is, every one of them was performing the same trick, getting 4 wires to connect from one end to the other. Simple, right? I guess not. It wouldn't be a good USB rant if I didn't mention how it takes at least 3 tries to plug the A end into a PC, laptop, or charger. Like, who thought it was a good idea to have the connector offset inside? Just put it in the center or on the sides so it can be plugged in either orientation. Well, I mean, they did that with USB-C, but it took almost 30 years to figure that one out for some reason. Better late than never, I guess. I'd be remiss if I didn't also talk about charge cables, as almost every small electronic device made these days requires a USB cable to power it. You'll usually get one of those cables in the box. But what you rarely receive is a power brick. You know, the thing you plug into the wall that supplies power to the USB cable. Like, why? I just spent a ton of money buying your product and you can't include a $5 power adapter? That's like if you bought a heater or a lamp or something and the power cord was just a cut piece of wire that you'd have to install your own plug onto. I think in my collection, I have enough charge cables that I could tie them all together and rappel down the side of the Burj Khalifa, but maybe only enough power bricks to barely fill one pocket. Why the hell are you giving me yet another charge cable when everyone already has boxes of them? If a company supplied a power brick with no cable, I'd consider them a saint. I guess it's kind of reminiscent of like back in the day in my youth when you get an electronic toy that had a port for a power adapter, but it wasn't included. Yeah. And each one of those was really specific with a particular type of connector, voltage, current, and polarity. That still persists today. As if you'd bother to read the user manual, it'll state that you should be using the manufacturer's recommended power adapter. Well, then fucking include it in the box if it's that important. I don't want to rail on USB too much, as I consider it to be a good idea and far better than what existed before. But like, there's some obvious flaws that people way smarter than me should have corrected long ago. Maybe we'll get there in another 30 years. Oh, shit, my vape battery is almost dead. I should probably charge it with this unapproved charger.
Hey, don't forget to check out the rest of the channel. We got a little something for everybody. Full-length episodes, short episodes, medium-length episodes, lightning rounds, all kinds of stuff. Every topic you can think of. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.